What is your favorite era of professional wrestling? Who was the first professional wrestler whose work you really adored? The first time I saw Ric Flair in person, he wrestled Ricky Morton. I think it was 1986. I loved it all, and I loved the WWF at the time. I also remember seeing ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling in person when I was maybe a freshman in high school. They came to my middle school and brawled all around, literally through the hallways, through classrooms. It was insane. There were 300 people there. I went to the ECW arena when I was in high school, so to me it was two great eras of wrestling, the 1980s and then the 1990s and the WWF Attitude Era. It was as mainstream as it's ever going to get. Everybody loved wrestling, everybody was doing the NWO salute, people were doing Ric Flair's woo in class, and it was very hip at that time. This is like 1996, 97, 98. With the rise of Donald Trump, who really is just a professional wrestling villain. Would you have ever imagined 20 years ago that wrestling would have this type of influence in America and around the world? Donald Trump is so much of the era of being the man, which is exactly what Ric Flair personifies. But when you look at today, Ric Flair is more relevant, and arguably just as popular as he's ever been. What other wrestler can you say that about? I think it's because in our culture, athletes, musicians and our president always want to tell you how great they are. They want to tell you they got the most stuff, they're the coolest, they got the best clothes, the nicest car, the prettiest woman. That's what Rick was doing in the 1980s. That's what he personified before Gordon Gekko of Oliver Stone's film Wall Street with his famous saying, "Greed is good." There was Ric Flair and he was really living it. That is why he's such a fascinating subject for a film, because what wrestler from that era is still relevant today in popular culture to that extreme?